We're gonna start off this morning with a beautiful sunrise, getting some bait. So a lot of places you can just buy bait. You know, I come out here with frozen bait all the time, but I always, if I'm going off, well, really, if I'm doing any kind of fishing, I like to have live bait. Alright guys, it's been a few minutes since I ended the last video. Starting to get some good bait chummed up, so I'm gonna get the net ready now. Got a good amount of chum out here. Sometimes they show themselves, sometimes they don't. Just here in a pretty shallow grass flat. Gets a lot of good tidal flow on it. Holds a lot of pinfish, a lot of white bait, threadfin. Get my net divvied up here. Get the tangles out. Alright guys, so we got out here, got some fish showing on the bottom, targeting some red snapper. This is a good spot we usually do pretty well at. Just some nice live bottom. First and foremost though, when I'm offshore fishing, I've said it in plenty of videos in the past, we're gonna get some flat lines out back. Never really know what's gonna swim up behind the boat. Get a lot of tunas this way. It's always when you least likely expect it. Typically, if I'm fishing from a anchored position on the bottom, typically, unless I'm red snapper or mangrove snapper fishing, I'm gonna fish a knocker rig just like this, where the weight just freely moves on the leader down to the hook. But we are going to be targeting red snapper, and a lot of times what you're going to be doing is stopping your bait on the way down mid water column as those fish get fired up and start to get up higher in the water column. So what I will do is affix that weight. You can use a swivel if you want. I put it about 2 feet, 3 feet above where my hook's gonna be. This is called a fish finder rig. I prefer this for snapper. Gets the weight away from the bait, so when they are starting to come up higher in the water column and you stop it, it's not sitting right there on top of the bait. Not to say that when they get fired up that they won't eat a knocker rig that's suspended off the bottom, but this is what I've found works best. We're just matching our hook to our bait. We got some big baits, but for the most part, we got pretty small baits. So I'm gonna be dropping a 6/0 owner Mutu light hook, 3-ounce weight, and 50-pound mono leader. How fast this can go. First drop of the day. just hold that line as it feeds out. You don't want it dropping too fast with that bait spinning. It'll get you all twisted up. Bottom looks great. Looks like we got some fish coming up pretty freaking high. Stop it. See if anything wants to mess with it up higher in the water column. There we go. That's the right one. Oh yeah, guys. I was saying about just kind of feathering it down. You definitely want to do that. Those fish will sit really high up, and if you just drop it right past them, they'll eat it on the way down. You'll never even feel them if you're not holding your line. Not a monster, but respectable keeper. This guy's only got to be 16 inches. Good fish. Good fish. Now we'll vent him and stick him in a live well at the possibility of catching a bunch of big ones eventually. Obviously, if he dies, I'm gonna put him in the cooler, but it's something I typically like to do to try to cull these fish, because you'll get on a lot of spots where there's a bunch of these, you know, just keepers, but great fish. But you'll be kicking yourself if you put 4 of these in the box real quick and then you start catching a bunch of really big ones. So we're gonna vent him. Swim in the live well. Get a measurement on him real quick, just to be sure. He's probably a 17 incher or so. He is 18. So like I said, these guys only got to be 16 inches. Get him in the live well. Hopefully he'll get acclimated in there and he'll stay alive. So like I said, if he dies, I'm not going to be a dirtbag. I'll get that fish and put him in the live well, or put him in the cooler at that point. So we'll see. He's not doing great in there. Let's see if he comes to it. Alright, that was quick. First bait down, we got a fish. See if we can get some more. To a little bit of a bigger bait, belly hooked. Said we're gonna feather him down because those fish are starting to come up higher and higher. And usually those bigger ones will actually be at the top of that pile. So like I said, this isn't traditional red snapper fishing. Generally you go out to 160, 170, 180 feet of water, doesn't matter what you use or they're just, you know, different kind of fish out there where they're not used to seeing people fish for them. But in shallow here, you know, we're only in 125 feet of water. They see their fair share of pressure, fishing lines. Well, that bait's getting real nervous. Oh shoot, missed him. Come on, take it. Nope. A smaller fish. He must have stole my bait. Oh yeah. Alright, we'll get another bait on there. Go with quite as big of a bait. Try a smaller bait down there, see what happens. And this spot might be just holding smaller snapper, so we'll move around. This is a good piece of bottom. Got probably, I don't know, 1,000 feet in every direction. I'm kind of in the center of it right now, but there's good marks all over this spot. Really good piece of bottom. I don't touch it till red snapper season opens. Alright, we're feathering down. Let's stop it there. We're probably at about 90 feet. We're sitting in 125. Let's see if anything wants to swim up. There we go. Another decent. Probably right at a keeper. This water is so clear. Visibility is insane right now. Bait down, we got 2 keepers. It's another nice little 18-inch fish. Beautiful. Same thing. We're gonna vent him, get him in the live well, see if we can keep him alive so we can hopefully upgrade him, get a couple bigger fish. 2 fish of the day. Not doing so hot, so I'm gonna end up having to keep them. 2 18-inch fish, not bad, but that's what I'm doing now. I just emptied out my ice in here. I got about a gallon of ice of salt water. Make a nice brine here. That gets the fish's temperature down quickly. So you can enjoy your fresh fish. Keep them as nice as possible. All right, one guy's down there doing all right. This other guy, I'm gonna snag him. He's not doing too well. Definitely don't want to let him die and float around in that hot water for very long. All right, we're gonna cut his gills, get him bled. Get him bled and get him in the ice. Open this up. Right like that. Right in there. Get that in there. That's it. Easy peasy. Let's see if we can get a bigger fish now. Oh, just got picked up. Oh, flat line. Said guys, always keep the flat line. For all I know, this might have swam down and be another snapper. Kind of feels like it. Oh, shark. Yeah, a little red snapper came up and ate the flat line. I don't know how far that bait swam down, but it's pretty funny. I'll release this guy. another keeper fish, but I'm gonna try to see. It's early. I don't want to end up killing 4 of these really small fish. All right, got them vented. I don't know if you guys could see that on the video, but I had a sandbar shark right underneath them. Bite slowed down a bit, pulled up to a new spot, shum some big mangrove snapper up. Beautiful fish. Very nice mangrove snapper. This is actually a small one for this spot. You get about twice this size here. These are also the very smart ones. Kind of come up to the front of the boat here, trying to stay out of the sun. Get fried already. Little baby red snapper. Get him vented back in. Hooking tool. Good buddy. And he's gone. Alright, I'm gonna try one last big bait, and then I think we're gonna just use the trolling motor and kind of slide away from this specific spot. Good to see our other red snappers doing good down there. I'm gonna try a big old pinfish. Really don't have good luck with pinfish, but I'm gonna try it. If I can hold on to them. Back. Now let's drop a pinfish. See what happens. Bait's going down. Holy cow. Oh, pinfish got destroyed. Oh my god. That might have just broke me. I don't know what the hell that was. It wasn't a snapper. A big old red grouper or something. Yeah, that just popped me off easily. Wow. Alright, well, I'm gonna drop another pinfish. Alright guys, this feels like a better fish. Trying one last red snapper spot before we head in. This looks like a red grouper actually. Yeah. Sweet. Nice little fatty. Sweet.